Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, it is not yet a final, but the Brewers do have a 6-3 lead into the top of the seventh inning. Abner Uribe on the bump for the Crew. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show to come. It's on the way here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, and a big 4-run seventh inning. Brewers were down in this game 3-0 and did not panic. Did not blink. They start pecking away. They grab a run here, make it 3-1. They grab a run there. They make it 3-2. And then they just bide their time, just laying in the weeds like a snake all coiled up and hissing.
Yeah, but what about this dude?
It's Calvin Fauché pitched in last night's game, and Shoemake into the right field corner. Shoemake will have at least a double to start this bottom of the sixth inning. Have yourself a home debut for Braden Shoemake.
How about it? The newcomer.
How about it, huh? Shoemake. Yes.
That lit the fuse of a 4-run sixth inning.
That's right.
And, you know, I don't know where his future lies.
AAA.
In the Brewers organization, but that did help. They sent, 9 men to the plate in that sixth inning. They score 4 times on 3 hits, 2 walks, and the big one, a couple of them. Jackson Churio with a big 2-run RBI base hit that really gave the Brewers the lead at 4-3. And then you don't want to face Garrett Mitchell right now.
Oh, this dude is hot.
Liner in the left center base hit. That'll score 2 more. Garrett Mitchell comes up with another big hit. Throw to second base is not in time. Hustle double for G. Mitch.
Oh, what a phenomenal swing right here and a big base hit at a huge time, especially with the Brewers struggling with runners in scoring position. So far this series, Garrett Mitchell comes up with a massive hit.
I mean, there are the highlights on Brewers TV, but we touched on it a little bit last night. And we've touched on it before, the last month, 6 weeks or so. And that is Garrett Mitchell and where he lies in the future. I mean, the Brewers, it's a great problem to have with a stacked farm system. It's just when you have very difficult decisions, that's a good situation to be in.
But you got to be right. Pick the right one. Because if you trade the wrong one and that one goes on to become a stud, and this dude turns back into a pumpkin, then you're not going to be very happy at the end of the day. You, if you're going to make a decision and go with the older player, which Mitchell is at this point, then you better be right, number one. Number two, how frustrating is it to watch this dude rake right now, thinking what it could have been the last 2 years with him in this lineup? My God.
Yeah. Oh, Uribe just gassed 101.
Struck the dude out. See ya. Have a nice day. That's the end of that half inning.
And this is Uribe back-to-back days coming out of the break. This is Uribe in the 7th inning.
I would like to see him pitch 2 innings. I just want to see what it looks like. I don't know what it would look like. He may get blasted in the 2nd inning, but I'm kind of curious to see what it would look like if he were to pitch 2 innings. He's a very emotional dude, so maybe he couldn't get himself, back up emotionally for a 2nd inning. But if that dude can give you 2 innings, that changes things, because then you could potentially use him like Hader back in the day, where you can pick your spots to put him in.
Well, typically with a 3-run lead, you would not be anywhere near Abner Uribe in the 7th inning.
Correct. But as you said before we went on the air, the Marlins are not going to go away.
They're not, and they're tough, and they're going to battle you down the stretch here. They will, and I think Murphy. I think that's why he's doing this. He knows this could be a potential. Now, I'm not thinking, he's thinking Marlins and Brewers in the playoffs, but he's thinking that this is a tough playoff type team. You need to stay on this thing and stay with them. Let's get to Shane Drowan. And a young pitcher doing his thing, keeping a Brewer team in the game almost on a nightly. Look what Henderson did last night. Look at Drowan tonight. The same deal. I mean, he goes 6 innings, punches out 9, and allows it. He has a quality start here. 6 innings, 3 runs.
Yeah, you love it. Absolutely, you love it. Again, I talked about this the other day. I'm not sold on any of these dudes, outside of maybe Henderson, of being potential big-time playoff pitchers once you get to the postseason. They're nice rotation pieces, fine, in the back half of the rotation right now. And maybe next year, the year after, you feel more comfortable. But even as well as he's pitching right now, I'm still not completely sold that, you're going to trust these guys in the postseason. Did I lose Tim? Oh, no. What did I do? Hold on a second. This was a Sparky screw up. That's what happened there. You got me. I got you back. I screwed something up. It's fine.
I didn't know if that was
that
was me or
the
you.
thing changed on the board. So it turned you off and turned something else on. So it's fine.
Huh.
We're good. But my point was on Drowan and Sproat and Gasser and the rest of these guys. Like they're nice. It's nice.
Base hit.
Yeah, that was as bloopy as possible. But it counts for that.
He needed that.
Yeah, he did. No,
Not deserved it. He needed that.
Yes, he did. No question.
Yeah.
But my point is those guys like Drowan and so forth. Yeah, it's great. He had a great game. Are you really going to trust him in a game 3 or game 4 of a postseason series, though, to go out there against the Dodgers and get it done? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not there. Maybe I'll be there next year, but I'm not there right now.
No, and I get what you're saying, that the look and the stuff, we don't look at Shane Drowan as,
oh my God. They look like a bunch of little leaguers right now.
The Marlins do.
Yes, they threw the ball away on an easy underhanded play at first base. Both guys missed the ball. Why there were 2 guys at first base.
Might be two errors on Stowers.
Probably should be. Yeah, probably should be. But again, you're paying him for his bat, not for his defense.
Well, speaking of rhyming, Bauer's having a much better year than Stowers.
Yeah, I mean,
look at their numbers. I mean, who'd have thought that coming in?
Stowers had to go to his right, bounced off his glove. So then he ran over, picked it up. The pitcher was covering first. He underhanded it and still threw it by him.
Yeah.
So now it's first and third with Joey Ortiz, I think.
Yeah. So on Drowan, the stuff, I think it falls into the pocket of, as Brewer fans, really as sports fans in the state of Wisconsin, even when it comes to the Green Bay Packers, let's say Packers and Brewers, it's to the point now where you want to win a certain way. The winning part of it is just not good enough. You have to win a certain way. So Drowan, even though the result is a winning performance, meaning quality start, it's still, I think that's what you're thrown by, Stevie, is that just the stuff, it doesn't have this makeup of, whoa, we got Drowan going in game 3 in the playoffs. And I hear what you're saying. I do. But he's young, and I would agree with you. Maybe we'll get to that point year 2, year 3.
He's 27. He'll be 28 in January.
Well, and that's when pitchers sometimes come into their heyday.
Well, fine. I'm just saying he ain't 22, 23 out there doing this. I mean, he, like Tobias Myers, gets a little bit of a late start getting into the big leagues.
Yeah, where Kyle Harrison is on the youthful side, drawing a little bit up on years. But, man, he just – now it snowballed on him early in the game here, and they attacked him. And it was swing, or bunt, I think, in that inning. It all happened so fast, and that's a learning experience for him. Just settle down, relax, do what McGill does. Things get out of control. Watch Trevor McGill pitch. I don't like this baseball. Right. You don't have to use disengage.
Settle yourself down a little bit. Take a breath.
Yep, and he'll do it probably twice a performance. Whatever happened, I don't know if you remember this, but I do. Whatever happened to the umpire looking at the baseball and not allowing a new baseball?
Oh, I haven't seen that in years.
That's been so long.
Long time.
But that used to happen where it's like, you're not doing this.
It's fine. Yep.
You get the ball's fine. You get it right back. That these days doesn't happen.
Hey, you brought up bunting. Can we go back to the bottom of the 6th, if you don't mind, since Yelich is up right now again, and that's what I wanted to talk about. And you and I weren't connected at this point watching the game together. Shoemake doubles, Ortiz walks.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking, I think it was Rutino. Okay, well, maybe you asked Yelich to bunt here to move him over, and they didn't.
They pinch corners in.
And he eventually walked. No, first baseman. Well, on the first pitch, the first baseman was playing back, Rutino said, on the first pitch.
Okay, third was in. But I thought they were gonna force Yelly to bunt.
They did not.
Because I'm almost at the point with Christian Yelich where any 3-1 or 3-2, you give him the take sign.
They just did on 3-0, and now it's 3-1. Yeah, they just did with Gusto pitching.
Here's a perfect example of that. 3-1 on Yelich. Big situation here. First and third.
Second and third.
Second and third. First base open.
Yep.
I think he's going to take. Nope. And he chopped it foul.
And that was ball 4.
Yep.
It was low.
In and down.
Yep.
He is so vulnerable right now to in and down. I'm losing my mind on it. Now, again, Yelich, just take the pitch. Gamble here. Or barrel one. Can you barrel one once in a while? Come on, baby.
It's hilarious. You were telling my kid the same thing in the car today on his way to his game. Just barrel one. He did not. Second at bat, he had an RBI single. But it was a jam shot to right field. He fought it off and got it into right field. So
okay, that's not bad.
Out. Yep, blooped it over, kind of like Pratt a little bit. Blooped it over the second baseman's head for a hit. Scored a run from second.
Well, see the attempt there for barrel that got him that hit.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the crazy part about it too.
Get in there.
There, stay down, fair
ball. There you go, Christian.
Finally, that'll score 2.
2-run double.
Thank goodness.
There you go. There's some G2 insurance, your friend in insurance.
Needed that.
Wow. There you go, Christian. Finally, earlier in the game, I was saying, Christian, can you do something to help this offense out?
Anything.
Can you do something?
Yes.
He comes through here in the 7th inning.
Outside corner, just went with it and shot it down the line. I mean, again, it was up in the air, but down the left field line. It was beautiful. Couldn't have done it any better. Now he did a nice job with it.
8-3 Brewers lead, and maybe a back off of your leverage guys late in this.
Oh, air by the shortstop for the Marlins.
To a better guy.
Oh,
Lopez.
my goodness gracious. He went to backhanded and just missed the ball completely. Oh, my gosh.
That's his second error on Otto Lopez.
Wow.
He looked like Jim Otto on that play.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, let's take a break, squeeze a break in here, and we'll continue to monitor a Brewers 8-3 lead in Game 2. They're going after the series victory and, by the way, the season victory, which, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it doesn't seem like they win the season series too many times against the Miami Marlins. So we'll check that out for you and continue on as we await the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Brewers up 8-3.
Yelich just stole third. It's interesting. I wouldn't have sent him, but double steal, second and third.
Second and third with the 2 in and just 1 out.
Correct.
So we'll get you
Ballers up.
updated after the break here. Tim and Sparky talking Brewers baseball. Yeah, waiting out this Brewers hopefully victory, and we'll get to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim and Sparky in a Brewers 8-3 lead. They just put up a couple of runs. Christian Yelich, a 2-run double, and Garrett Mitchell, a 2-run double. Jackson Churio, a 2-run base hit. And the Brewers put up a snowman. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas again.
Oh, I wish it was. Get my Christmas trees up.
Coming into today's game, Brewers one of only 2 teams with 60 or more wins, shooting for their 61st and shooting to win a series coming out of the All-Star break. Now, if you missed it earlier today, we'll get you caught up while the Brewers finish up here, hopefully with this victory. But there were a lot of rumors last night and this morning. Sparky, you know that.
Yeah, I texted you. People were talking about maybe Woodruff retiring today.
That's right. That's right. And I didn't think that. I sort of doubted that. Just that bulldog mentality of Brandon Woodruff. I just didn't see that happening. He's going to give it another comeback. I would doubt that it would be in a Brewers uniform, but you never know. I wouldn't rule that out. But Woody addressed the crowd, and here's what that sounded like earlier today.
Let me start. All right, I'll start it off. I know yesterday the announcement seemed like I was having a funeral or like I was going to announce retirement or something, and that's not it at all. And I mean, I've got to have surgery. It's unfortunate, and you know, for me personally, I've got to go ahead and attack this rehab with the goal in mind of pitching again. So this is something I've got to have regardless if I'm 50 years old or right now. So for me to continue my career and keep playing, I've got to go ahead and get it done. And, you know, doesn't take away the fact that it sucks because I've done everything I can to go pitch. But it's the nature of the game. I'm not happy about it, but you know, it's a beautiful thing where this has all kind of come at a time for me when my third child just came. We had an all-star break and I had time to really sit down and think about this. But yeah, I'm not having a funeral or anything. I know yesterday with the announcement, it kind of seemed, and I saw some stuff on the TV where this was supposed to be some type of big deal, but no, that's it. I'll have to have surgery.
Can you share what the surgery is going to be and what the injury is?
Yeah. Same, you know, capsules, damage to the capsule again. Same one I had, you know, surgery on in 23. There's a, you know, couple other things that are going on. That's not the real issue. The real issue is the capsule, and I'll have to get it fixed. And then, yeah, go from there.
Does that mean pitching again? Does that mean 2027 and beyond?
You know, I haven't even thought about timelines. The good news is I know exactly what this rehab entails. Yeah, you know, I'm never closing the door on pitching. Like I'm getting this with the intention of rehabbing and taking care of that and being able to pitch again. But as far as like when that is, I mean, it's what I haven't even looked at the dates. It's July. So like, what does that look like? I'm looking at trying to get this done within the next month or so. So you know, as far as the timeline outlook, I haven't looked that far ahead.
Yeah. Well, that's rough news. And if anyone thinks this is not a big hit for the Brewers, this is a big hit for the Brewers. It is. Look at the way he was pitching.
Yeah, he was really good when he actually was out there. And again, he wasn't even throwing hard necessarily, but he was getting guys out.
That's right. Both last year and this year. When he pitched, it was good. That's kind of a hit for the Brewers, guys. It is. It's now they'll survive.
Well, Harrison better be okay.
Well,
because if he's not, it's not happening. They're not making it run the World Series if they lose Harrison and Woodruff.
Hey, now there's McCullers. Let's not forget.
We'll see. We'll see.
Take a break. Bottom of the 8th inning, Brewers up 8-3 as they try to take game 2 of this 3-game weekend series over the Miami Marlins. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show on the way here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
Well, fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in minutes as we await the ending of this one. An 8-3 Brewers lead into the ninth inning. Craig Yoho on the hill. We're here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, and the Brewers 8 unanswered runs after being down 3-0 in this one. And now a walk. So this is not what you want to do in the ninth inning, up 5 runs. Is hit a man and walk a man.
Don't worry. They're warming up McGill with a 5-run lead right now.
Unbelievable. See, this has ramifications, and here's why. It dipples into tomorrow's game. It's situations like this that get tomorrow's game affected. So, at this point, what you're shooting for is, and nothing's a guarantee. I get it, and comebacks happen. I understand. But 98, 99 times out of 100, this is a win.
Yes.
You have to make it a win. You shouldn't find a way to win a 5-run lead in the ninth inning.
Agreed.
There's no finding a way to win. You just win. Okay? I already started thinking about tomorrow's game in getting all 3 of those Pirates games back right out of the All-Star break.
In the break, Tim's like, I want to sweep tomorrow. I want them all back. Followed up by Craig Yoho, hit,
Yep,
walk.
seeing that changed my entire philosophy.
But again, what's Yoho's track record in second innings pitch? Like that, to me, that's always a thing. Because again, he hasn't been up here a ton necessarily where he's got a huge established track record in the big leagues.
Been putting things together recently.
Sure, but in the minor leagues, in times where he's pitched multiple innings, what kind of numbers does he have in the second inning pitched when he's been in this situation?
Didn't he just last time out go multiples?
I think so.
I thought he did, yeah. And he's starting to put things together where this is what we expected out of him last year, and it never took
2
hold.
times ago. It was the Pirates game last Saturday. He went 2 innings.
Okay.
3 strikeouts, a walk.
And
it's fine.
Finally, a fly ball.
A fly ball over the fence.
A 3-run home run.
Yeah, 3-run homer by Conine.
Unbelievable.
Now it's 8-6. Well, now it's a safe situation for Trevor McGill.
big
Now,
time.
here we go. Now you got a safe situation. See? Buy Yoho a steak tonight, Trevor. You just got to save. Conine.
Is that Conine again? Yeah.
Dancing around. All kinds of antics.
Yeah, well,
and Murphy's scratching his head with his hat off. That's nice. That's good.
Well, now you send Contreras, you send him out. You waste some time. Unbelievable.
Here comes Murphy.
See, again, a reliever anybody at the All-Star break? I'm the only one screaming about it for 2 months now.
Nope. I've been on the air talking about I'd love to get Chapman or another closer to put back there.
Or a high leverage dude. Maybe a former closer that is now a setup man somewhere.
Sure.
That's the dude you want. You want a leverage guy because now it alleviates Chad Patrick from going multiple innings. He's much better in a solo inning. It definitely relieves Aaron Ashby. And you have Uribe and you have McGill and you have this other dude. This sort of thing is taken care of. Now, I'm not sure this shouldn't have been Ulysses S. Grant Anderson either. But my goodness, you couldn't have started a ninth inning any worse with a hit batter and a walk. And now you're just saying, well, I'll just get an out. I'll just pitch to contact. That should have been the first hitter.
Yep.
Not contact to the body, contact to the bat. So now we got to sweat this one out. And again, nothing is easy for this team. It is never easy for this team.
Nope.
They will find a way to win nail biters. Unbelievable.
But they're not even finding a way to win nail biters. They coming out of the All-Star break, I believe they were only 1 win over 500 in 1-run games. I think they're only 1 over 500 in 1-run games. Now, again, that being the case, that's normally not a good sign when you start talking about those teams that should be good in the postseason. Normally, the teams that are good in the postseason are really, really good in 1-run games in the regular season. Normally, right?
No, normally,
Yeah.
yes. But, again, though, normally those playoff teams, deep run playoff teams, have a lot of come from behind victories also, and which the Brewers have today. But when bigger picture, when you score 8 runs and you get a quality start out of your starter, how is this even a game? This should not be a game, but certainly it is.
So
now.
let's see, 1-run games this year. The Milwaukee Brewers, after last night, now are 2 over, 16-14. The Cubs are 15-10. The Cardinals 17-14. The Pirates 14-10. And the Reds 12-11. Everybody in the division over 500 in 1-run games this year. And again, that just tells you kind of about the division. And really, in the NL in general, there are only 2 teams that are sub 500 in 1-run games in the entire National League. That's the Mets at 9-17 and the Giants at 9-12. Everybody is 500 or better in 1-run games.
So Trevor McGill in a fresh slate, 2-run ball game, 8-6, and nobody on. So that would be the good news. And now here, you just want to get that first out and you feel a lot better. Now, if this man reaches, oh boy, look out. Hey, a reminder, the Brewers are on a long 9-game homestand, 3 teams in American Family Field, and the Potawatomi Sportsbook has you covered with their game day shuttle. You make a same-day wager or make a purchase in the Sportsbook, and you get the free shuttle to and from American Family Field. So you can head it over to Potawatomi and dip into the Sportsbook, and there's a little bit of a little wildness. 1-1. And you can get that free shuttle. Just bet on the Brewers to win, wager one of your favorite players to hit a home run or get a couple of hits or total bases, and you could actually get paid to take the Potawatomi Sportsbook shuttle. It is, I think American Family Field is, and maybe it's like this at other stadiums, I don't know. But the shuttle into American Family Field, in and out, dude, it's spotless. It is so easy to do. When you compare that to finding a parking spot, downloading the app, paying for the parking, all that stuff that you have to do, and then do all the walking, shuttles are cool. I don't know. Do you know if this happens, other stadiums like this? Because a lot of folks use the shuttles.
I don't think it happens like this at other stadiums. I don't see them when I've gone down to Wrigley or to the White Sox games. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them there. I've been to games in Detroit and Cincinnati. I don't recall seeing shuttles there either. So
they have these express lanes where you get you're 40, 50 feet from the gate.
Yeah, exactly right. Hey, we already got a call. You want to get to the calls right off the bat here? Nicolay Law Talk and text line 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. Brewers 2 outs away from finally sealing a victory here against the Marlins. McGill in up 8-6 at American Family Field. Judge JMO, turn off your radio. Let's start there. Turn off your radio, JMO, and then I'll pot you up. Let's see. There we go. What's up, JMO? JMO, you there?
I think he might be waiting for the game to get over.
Well, why would you call in if that's the case? JMO!
To get in line.
All right, he's gone. I'm done. I'm not waiting around for that. Just be ready, man. If you call up to the radio show, just be ready to go on. If you don't want to go on, then tell the producer that, hey, man, I don't want to go on till the game's over, and then they can communicate with us, and we don't put you on the radio.
Oh, we get it all the time. Put me on hold until the game's over.
He did not say that.
And then they have to wait. So, 1 out with a strikeout by McGill, and they're 2 outs away. He's got a 1-2 count on his second hitter.
Lopez.
That's how you start an inning with an out, Greg Yoho. You don't hit a man. Wow.
Cubs won earlier today, by the way, after the Cubs lost yesterday, 6-2, I believe it was. Yeah, the Cubs won 6-2 today. The Cardinals, the other team of concern, they lost 5-3 to the Diamondbacks.
And look at the Pirates.
They won 7-1 against the Guardians. Yeah.
I wonder if that Pirates team is going to make some moves, Stevie.
They're in a doubleheader, by the way. They won the first game, and their second game is in delay. They had their game canceled yesterday because of air quality.
Right. And you wonder if they're going to make some moves to improve. They have some pretty good pitching. And that offense, oof.
I just don't buy it. I'm sorry.
That offense is good, and they're all banged up.
Yeah. I'm not buying the Pirates offense. I know they're like 1 or 2 in baseball and all this. We went over this on Wisconsin Sports Daily. I just don't buy into it. And it's funny to me that Bob Nutting, the owner of the Pirates, decides to spend money the year that we're going into the CBA. Now we'll spend some money on free agency.
Yeah,
I mean, complete coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah. McGill just threw a ball out of play right there and a ground ball. Make that play.
Joey Ortiz.
Got Lopez.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. 2 down now. Brewers 1 out away from taking the game and the series. They're up 8-6. Nobody on base. McGill out there. You wouldn't have assumed that Trevor McGill was going to grab a save when the inning started at 8-3. But that changed.
Didn't Yoho owe him like a dinner for getting a save when he probably shouldn't have got it? I mean, that's going to make McGill money somewhere.
Yeah, that does help. Games finished is what they call it in contract speak. But yeah, so we'll get to the post game show here in 1 out, and we'll hear from Pat Murphy and talk about Brandon Woodruff. And it was confirmed, and I think a lot of people speculated that his season was done. I think a lot of people speculated that his career was done. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, he is 32, right? So he is up on years. It wouldn't surprise me if the comeback came up short in a year and a half or so after surgery. But then again, it's 0-2. So the Brewers down to 1 strike away from this victory. But again, I wanted Woody to continue to pitch and bulldog his way and compete his way, even without the high velocity. The changeup was still good, reading hitters and a ground ball to short. And it is a final. The results are good at American Family Field. The Brewers 8-6 winners over the Marlins. They take the game and the series. 8-6, the final. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, and win number 61 on the campaign. 1 game away from the sweep and 1 game away from getting all 3 of those Pirates games back.
Going into this series, we talked about it yesterday. The starting pitching for the Marlins looked like they had the advantage on the Brewers. You have no Miz, you have no Harrison in this series for the Brewers. The Marlins are throwing their 3 best pitchers at the top of the rotation, and you quickly take 2 of them.
And Max Meyer, he was a little goofy from the start. He only goes 3 innings of work. The Brewers had ample opportunity to really knock him around a little bit. They could only kind of chip away at him. But they did get him out of the game. He threw, that's the thing about this Brewers offense. Occasionally, they'll put some traffic on base, and they'll make the other guy throw 32 pitches in 1 inning, and they'll score 1 run.
Right.
That's why Tommy and I were talking the last couple of months about even when the Brewers scratch a run across, it's just painful.
Yep.
It appears painful. Not this time. They did some damage, down 3-zip. They chip away a little bit. They get into that 6th inning, and Braden Shoemake, I mean, he's the one that started this thing with a leadoff double. Then there's a walk, and you ultimately get the bases loaded. You do a double steal. You get the bases loaded. Jackson Churio comes through and gives the Brewers the 4-3 lead. That was a big one right there. Later on in the inning, in that 6th inning, it came down to Garrett Mitchell, and I don't know if you want anybody else up there right now besides Garrett Mitchell in the club.
Liner in the left center, a base hit. That'll score 2 more. Garrett Mitchell comes up with another big hit. Throw to second base is not in time. Hustle double for G-Mitch.
Oh, what a phenomenal swing right here, and a big base hit at a huge time, especially with the Brewers struggling with runners in scoring position. So far this series, Garrett Mitchell comes up with a massive hit.
2-out, 2-run double, and it gave the Brewers some more insurance there. Yelich added in the next inning with a 2-run double of his own. We'll take that from Christian Yelich.
The thing about Christian Yelich is, do we get excited when Christian Yelich does something like this? Or do we look at Christian Yelich and go, okay, he's finally going to break out of it now? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm done getting my hopes up, I think, every time Yelich does something significant like this.
There it is, down the left field line, headed towards the corner. Pratt's in, Shoemaker's in. It's a double for Yelich. That's got to feel good for the captain.
Oh, man, what a swing by Yelly right here.
Can we not call him the captain?
Why not?
Can we not call him the captain, please?
Look, dude, I know one thing, that he is respected in that clubhouse.
Sure he is.
He is a leader in that clubhouse.
But when you hear the word captain in baseball, who do you think of?
Well, you think of Jeter.
Right. So we have to catch something
I mean, he is still vital to this team. He is. I don't know how to put it to you, but the Brewers need him. Whether it's in the leadoff spot, whether it's drawing walks, whether it's stealing a base, it doesn't matter. They need him to come through like that. Look, all I want out of Christian Yelich at this point is to do his fair share, not anything more. You're never going to get 18 and 19 Christian Yelich anymore. But can you get games like this? You draw a walk and have a 2-run double. Yes, you can. That's still inside Yelich. Whether it's in the leadoff spot or 5th or 6th, I don't know. But he's gonna play a part in this, guys. He is, and they need him to. Now, do the Brewers depend on him as the stud? I don't think so anymore.
They can't.
Right. He's proven that. Last year he had a really good season. Just make no mistake about it. A 3,100. I mean, you can't, for a guy that age, coming off his prior years of really kind of struggling, if he can get anywhere near that, well, I don't even expect that anymore.
29 home runs next year. He's not going to come within 2 city limits of getting to 29 home runs.
But, I mean, I'm just saying prorated out at this point, if you can hit a few home runs, pace a much lower, but you have to pitch in. And however it is, Christian, pitch in. And he did today with that 2-run double. He drew a walk. I mean, we'll take that out of Christian Yelich. Brandon Woodruff news today. If you missed it, he is done for the season. I don't think it's a surprise to a lot of our audience here today, but I don't think his career is over. That was rumored out there throughout social media. That's what you love about social media, is that it's just, even Brandon Woodruff said, yeah, I see a lot of reports of a funeral or a retirement.
Blame your manager. Your manager was the one that made it seem like the end of the world in his presser yesterday.
Well, it is a big hit. There's no question about it. It is. And I know some Brewer fans are going to disagree with me on that. He is that. You talk about a leader, whether you would be led by a guy like Yelich or not, take that off the table. What is, and that is Christian Yelich is a leader in that clubhouse. So is Brandon Woodruff.
Yep.
And that's a big hit. However, will he play a part in this? Stay with the team in this? I'm not sure what his daily grind is going to be. But if he's anything like a Wade Miley, you remember how absolutely vital he was in terms of not only a pitcher, but a coach and a leader as well. I think Brandon Woodruff is going to play that role a little bit. Let's wait and see. So it didn't surprise anyone really that his season was done. But make no mistake about it, man. The dude was good when he was pitching. Was he pitching like he was years ago with velo going 98, 99? No. But was he getting outs and pitching well last year and this year while healthy or while able to pitch? I don't know if he was 100% healthy throughout all of this last year and this year. I think it was all gut for him, just grind. And that's what kind of competitor he is. So it's a bigger hit than most Brewer fans would think. A lot of people said, I wrote him off weeks or months ago.
Yeah, they probably did. But now the question is going to be, will he still be around the team? I mean, he's talking about getting the surgery done in a month. Once he has the surgery done, he's not going to be around the team, I don't think, anymore after that. So, will he still be around the team? He's got a brand new baby that was just born and so forth. And like you said, to lose that leader potentially out of the clubhouse, especially down the stretch in September and into the postseason, would be a big hit.
with young pitchers.
Yeah.
Nicolay Law talking text line. If you guys want to join us, 414-677-1250, 40,144. Woody, your reaction on that, your reaction on the game today, it was a little bit closer than it probably should have been late, but it's another Brewers win. They're 61st against 37 losses. Man, I want that game tomorrow now. It just elevates that game because I want to get all three of those Pittsburgh games back within 3 days, within 72 hours or whatever it might be.
Yeah, that would be amazing to see. And again, give you some momentum going into that next series when you're supposed to have Mizorowski back, which will give you another shot in the arm.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. All right, 414-677-1250. Garrett Mitchell conversation as well. We touched on it last night. I mean, the best problem in the world is to have difficult decisions on a log jam of talent. That's where you want to be. That's where every team wants to be. That's where the Brewers are. When you project down the line here a little bit, I love talking about Andrew Fishers and Jesus Medees and Luis Peñas and guys like that. That's fine. And now the Evil Brothers, and there are more. But I mean, I don't want to cheat myself out of this type of fun here down the stretch. It's another Brewers season in which everybody just shakes their head nationally, saying, I don't know. I don't understand. How? Why? Who is doing this? What do we attribute this to? How are they doing this with a beat-up pitching staff and a young pitching staff at the same time?
And
that's
that,
crazy.
Right. But the other part about it is it's not that crazy when you think of how great the coaches are that they've got. I mean, Jim Henderson does a great job. Chris Hook does a great job. And then you talk about the hitting coaches and stuff. I think Vogelbach's had an impact on the hitters too. And the guys that he's had. I mean, listen, if Shoemake, he was the one that got interviewed by Sophia Mindert after the game. If he all of a sudden starts hitting and becomes something when nobody thought he would be, for the second half of this year, I mean, he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's not a small dude. If he all of a sudden starts to contribute to this thing too, we all talk about Murphy, but his coaching staff deserves a lot of flowers.
Big time. Yeah, big time. That's a great point. But a guy, again, Shoemake, his days are numbered, you would think. Although, a weird thing's going to happen, injury. Speaking of which, Sal Frelick hits the IL. Does that explain anything to you? The drop off with Sal Frelick's play?
Like if we think he was hurt the whole time, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
It does.
We got to get to a quick time on. We'll get to some of the calls.
Okay, it makes total sense to me. And I'm a Sal Frelick guy, so I'm gonna make every excuse I can in the book regarding him. All right, quick break, and then we'll get to your calls. 414-677-1250. Nicolay Law talk and text line. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer after a Brewers 8-6 victory to take the game and the series. We're here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
1 run scores. Here comes Ortiz. The Brewers have the lead.
40,144 at the park today for a Brewers 8-6 victory, and we're talking about it here. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Tim, Allen, Sparky. Tim and Sparky days from back in the day. Oh, my goodness. You going to go crazy at some point soon?
No sleep strike. I'll tell you that much. Too old for a sleep strike. We ain't doing that.
People are wondering if you're going to lose your mind once or twice.
Why would I lose my mind?
I don't. Hey, light the fuse and get away.
Yeah, potentially. You never know. We'll see what happens. Keep it tuned in.
8-6, Brewers take the game and win the series, and I want that game tomorrow. Your reaction on the game and Brandon Woodruff, Sal Frelick, injuries compounding here in the 26 championship season, but 61-37. Judge JMO, court is in session. What's going on?
Man, the air quality index of this show is bumming me out.
Why?
So much negativity. Only Derek Jeter can be called the captain, even though every team elects one every single year.
Yeah,
Yelich
Steven.
should not just be moved to 6, but he should just be released. I mean, dude.
I never said for him to be cut. When did I say that?
Yeah, well, you're leaning.
I said to be moved to 6 is what I said.
Yeah. Anywho.
We could live in the past, though, JMO. We could live in the past and think of when Yelich was really good. If you want to live in that world, you can live in that
the
world.
only reason to live in the past, Sparky, is because it's cheaper. And I don't do that. No.
You can't.
It is cheaper.
No, but here's where I'm at with Yelich, guys. I'm showing patience, number one. Number two, you got to help out once in a while. Christian, sorry, you need to help out once in a while. That's it. And he did today. And you will get that down the stretch. I'd be shocked if you don't get that down the stretch with Christian Yelich. I'd be stunned if you don't get that.
I agree. He shouldn't be hitting leadoff. He's not a leadoff hitter anymore. He just doesn't.
Just so
And
susceptible
that's okay.
to, and that is all right. I think you're right. So susceptible to low and in these days, maybe more than ever in his career. He is constantly swinging over the top of low and in. Now, years ago, pitchers were afraid to do that because if they left that up, look out when he turned.
Correct.
Yeah, and now they're getting away with it. I think there's still some adjustments for Christian Yelich, and that's why I'm holding on to promise here.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go to Justin in North Carolina. You're next on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show after the Brewers get an 8-6 win over the Marlins.
Man, it feels like Brewers baseball is back ascending up to the best baseball team in ever when you got Tim and Sparky back together on the air, right? Feels like circa 2011. First of all, Brandon Woodruff, man. My heart just goes out for the dude. I just love him. He is a Milwaukee guy. Just everything that you would want from a Brewer, that's what he is. And sucks it just happens to him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's Father Time, and that's what happens. So, a lot of Yelly rhetoric. My thing on Yelly is I think Yelly is the most important Brewer ever. And here's why I think that way. When you look at the way that Bryce Terang's approach to the plate has changed dramatically, now look at Garrett Mitchell. And I'm not going to take it all away from those guys and say they didn't do this, but I think there's a big leadership key that goes to Christian Yelich to the way that these guys are playing, because I think that he played a significant role in them. And lastly, Garrett Mitchell, it's just so impressive what he's doing. Tim, I always bring it up as far as the type 1 stuff, but just living with this stuff every day is immensely hard at times. And to see this guy play baseball and now be one of the best Brewers that we have on the team, it's great. It's refreshing. Love listening to you guys. Love when we win. Free to pipe bomb. I'm gone.
There you go. So you go.
Yeah,
See, now that's how you do a call. For those of you listening, that's how it works, right? You come on, you get to the point, you say what you got to say, and we move on. That's a beautiful call, Justin. Thank you.
Garrett Mitchell, you're right on the diabetes. Everyone has their own challenge, but when there's expectations as a pro ball player, and you have the sideline challenge of that as well. Ooh, that can be that's just bigger. But again, what we expect is our guys to perform. And if they can't perform, regardless of that, you have to make decisions based on that. But he is really, wow. I mean, again, we touched on it last night, and that is, would you consider making that difficult decision of what do you do with Garrett Mitchell? Because they're going to have to make that decision. Stevie, they're going to have to make that decision at some point. What do you do with them?
Well, and that's the thing. We talked about this last night a little bit. Scott Boras is his agent. So that means he's going to get as much money as humanly possible. And I don't think the Brewers are going to want to give him as much money as humanly possible, regardless of what he does this year. Now, the good news is he's got 2 more years of arbitration left in 27 and 28 before he's a free agent in 29. So he's in his age 27 year right now. So you don't have to worry about paying the dude until 2029.
Good point. And it may be all a moot point. Who knows?
I mean, he's making $950,000 this year.
Yeah, I would think through arbitration, probably 1.6-ish, 5-ish, 4-ish for a bump.
Depending on how he finishes. Doing. I mean, right now he's at 283, 370 on base.
Look at those numbers.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with those numbers, people. That's good.
And, here's a guy that was questioned by Pat Murphy.
Yep.
Whether he should have even made the club out of Arizona.
Correct.
Wow.
In July, he's hitting 392 with a 446 on base, 667 slugging.
Wow.
Killing
and he came
it.
through again today with a huge, I think that was really the swing of the game right there. And as it turned out, it really was after what Yoho did late in the game. These Marlins, we were on prior to the game. And I made the comment that these Marlins, they're not going to go away quietly. And they didn't. No, they didn't. 414-677-1250. Nicolay Law talking text line. We'll go to Watertown. Say hello to Justin. What do you say, Jay?
Hey, gentlemen. So just talk about Yelich. I understand he's underperforming. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing for what we want him to do. But I tell you what, I will take this if that means he might produce in the playoffs. If he all of a sudden transforms into maybe producing a couple RBIs, a couple hits in the playoffs, then this whole regular season struggle, no one will care. So just get into a position where you can do something in the playoffs, Yelly. That's all I want.
And his playoff numbers have been under scrutiny for a few years here. I would agree with you, but I think it's more than that. You can't go into the postseason looking back at his numbers, different teams, different pitchers, different years, and say, well, he's going to do the same thing. You never know. You don't know. Maybe he's the one that comes out of this thing MVP of fill in the blank. NLCS, World Series.
What did you drink before the show?
I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
There's still production.
I'm not thinking MVP, but just be productive in the playoffs. That's all I want.
Right.
Okay.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, but it's in there. You can't tell me it's not a possibility.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith that all of a sudden Mr. Non-postseason is going to be the guy. I hope he is. I mean, it would be great if he was. Sure. Yeah, I'd be all for it. Christian Yelich postseason numbers. I can't wait.
You're not going to like them.
No, I know they're not good, but you're the one time up having some MVP type series.
A veteran like that, it's in him. You can't just rule that out.
Christian Yelich has a .218 batting average with 22 hits, 2 homers, 3 RBIs, and 13 runs scored in 27 games in the postseason in his career.
27 games. This is not a small sample size.
No. But in fairness, I mean, if you look at games played, he played 10 games in 2018. That was his most productive postseason. That was the year that he had both of his home runs. He hasn't had a single home run in the postseason since 2018.
17 games.
Good Lord.
17 games. I mean, again, I'm just saying I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay. That's okay. Fine.
But I can't rule that out from Christian Yelich.
Anything's
it's
possible.
in there.
Sure.
Yes, it's in there.
Fine.
All right.
I'll go with you on that.
I just right now you show some patience and what do you want him to do? That would be the other question. What do you expect him to do? What do you want him to do?
I said yesterday, Say it again. I'd like 5 home runs in August, 5 home runs in September. Put some type of minute little fear in a pitcher come the postseason that he's got 10 home runs in the last 2 months.
I think the fear is still there.
No
facing
way.
Christian Yelich. I do.
I don't know.
It's still Christian Yelich.
Yeah. You think?
I do. He still impacts a lineup. Now, I would like to see him impact a lineup maybe in that 5 hole. To me, that's where he belongs right now. And so we'll see. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. CB, is that where we're going?
That's right, baby. Peanut butter and jelly time. What's up, CB?
It's peanut butter.
What's going on, y'all?
How you doing?
Y'all
man?
doing?
Good.
What's happening?
Doing pretty good, man. I'm glad the Brewers got the win, but I think we forgetting to talk about one player that's kind of struggling. I'm kind of looking at him as might be in a bust, and that's Cooper Pratt. What's going on with him?
I did get a flare base hit, and he, you know what? I said that he earned that, but I think he deserves it. He had an 8-pitch, I think an 8-pitch at bat and a 9-pitch at bat. He's been up there battling. At least today he was.
What is he battling? What is his average right now?
Cooper Pratt right now is hitting 244 with a 340 on base. Slugging is a putrid 305.
But again, 244, 340 for a rookie like that?
Correct. Not early. It's too early to say bust. You can't call him a bust.
Yeah, but he had 30-some games now, so he really ain't been dominating like he should have, like he was doing down. And
Peanut Butter, aren't you the inventor of the Dunn Club? You might have been.
They ain't done, yeah. Yeah, they ain't done yet. They got injuries, but they ain't done yet.
But didn't you invent the Dunn Club, say, back in 2007 or something?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
yes,
damn. Really? He was the inventor?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. Oh,
yep.
Man.
Dude, they done. I remember.
Yeah. They're going to beat the Dodgers, though. They're not going to beat the Dodgers, but they'll beat the Braves.
Damn. All right, CB. Thanks for the call. He was the inventor of the Dunn Club?
So, yes. Yeah. Wow. Dude, they done.
Yeah, they were.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. He sounds young. He sounds great. All right. We'll take a break here. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. An 8-6 Brewers victory. And I want the sweep. Now, how big of a win was this today? Some people on social media last night, Stevie, were saying, how come Tim didn't say it was the biggest win of the year?
Because it wasn't?
Well, it was close.
Oh, stop.
Well, what did you want, a 4-game losing streak?
No, but first of all, when you have an all-star break separating it, I don't really even think of streaks one way or the other. You had 4 days off. Like, that's not the same thing.
They lost 4 or 5 heading into the break.
Yeah, I understand.
Did you want, if they lost last night, did you want losers of 5 of their last 6? And injuries, They win 2 in a row. This is a huge win. Today's win is far bigger than yesterday.
I just think when you're this good and you have this record, 5 of 6 should not set off alarm bells and red flags. It should simply say it's baseball, and most teams are going to go through this throughout the season. That's just part of the deal.
Christian Yelich would love you for saying that. It's just baseball.
We weren't talking about him.
I'm just saying that he says that all the time.
Oh, right.
Baseball.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll take a break and come back. 8-6 Brewers get the win. Tim and Sparky, a throwback reunion post-game show with Potawatomi Sportsbook here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance, on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Ooh, luckily, they did get some insurance in this one. In cruise control, 8-3, you thought. But no, not the case. Welcome back, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. We'll get to our insurance run or runs of the game with G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance, here in just a second. But a couple of things. We'll get to a bunch of text messages that came in on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line at 414-677-1250. Get to some of the comments on the YouTube stream, WI Sports Radio on YouTube. And you can watch while Tim and Sparky talk on the radio. It's kind of
man. We got
neat, I think.
We got a bunch of people all over this that we got to get to. Last night I did a bad job of reading these comments on YouTube, so we will definitely get to some. And again, they're from Facebook that go into YouTube. They're from X, they'll go into YouTube, and then obviously the people watching on YouTube can post there too.
And we're gonna stay past the top of the hour. We will let our network stations go back to regularly scheduled programming. We're gonna stay on in the Milwaukee area, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM. The Fan. Of course, you can check it out anywhere you're at on the Odyssey app. So if you want to jump in here, 414-677-1250. We'll stay on about another half hour talking about the Brewers. We'll hear from Pat Murphy as well, but G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. The Brewers were down 3-zip. They peck away 3-1. Peck away 3-2. Churio, 2-run base hit. They go up 4-3. Garrett Mitchell, 2-run double. They go up 6-3. You're thinking, oh, that's probably your insurance swing of the game. Not the case, because Christian Yelich had something to say about it with his 2-run double.
There it is, down the left field line, headed towards the corner. Pratt's in, Shoemaker's in. It's a double for Yelich. That's got to feel good for the captain.
Oh, man, what a swing by Yelly right here.
I mean, there it is on Brewers TV. Did you notice at the beginning Levering said, and there it is? Meaning
the snowman.
Well, no, that could be too. Levering, you got a snow. I don't know if you said it. I wasn't listening at that time. I'm hoping you dropped a snowman on us. But no, when he said there it is, maybe out of context a little bit, but we've been waiting for this for Christian.
Correct.
Pitch in, right?
Yep.
And I think that's what he might have meant. But yeah, big insurance runs of the game.
Running a business is like a championship run. One bad hit can take you out of the game. G2 Insurance Services specializes in keeping your business and reputation protected. They offer tailored solutions for restaurants, professional liability, and workers' comp. They represent top carriers like Erie to find the best combination of coverage and price. Get the defensive line your business deserves. G2 Insurance serves in Brookfield. Online at g2ins.com, your friend in insurance.
Do we have time to squeeze in a call before?
We have about 90 seconds. So either we can go to Mike in Princeton or we can hold Mike in Princeton over.
Yeah, let Mike, you and the rest of you guys, just hold on. If you want to jump in, we're going to stay on after the break here. We're going to hear from Pat Murphy. We will, I promise you, Sparky is going to read Nicolay Law text messages.
Yeah, we got a lot of those too. Between YouTube and the Nicolay Law Talk and text line, we have a bunch of both of those.
Guaranteed. That's on the way. So if you want to jump in here, 414-677-1250. The bobblehead, the Brandon Woodruff bobblehead giveaway, he's a hitter. I didn't realize that. It's a bobblehead of him hitting, not pitching.
That's very weird.
That's kind of cool.
Well, it's
we
different.
all know what it's from.
It's different.
I mean, what did you do when Woody homered off Clayton Kershaw in Game 1 of the NLCS in 2018?
You've done a lot of post-game shows. Have you ever ranked Brewers pitchers as hitters? What would be the top 5 hitting pitchers in Brewers history?
I have not, but Gallardo would have to be toward the top.
Sabathia?
CC?
I mean, I'm just saying Gallardo.
Yeah, I think Gallardo would run away with it, I would think.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, stick around. More to come. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Reunion again. Tim and Sparky talking Brewers baseball. Stick around.
baseball fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
An 8-6 victory to take the game in the series at American Family Field against the Miami Marlins. Tim Allen, Steve Sparky, Pfeiffer, talking Brewers baseball here on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, and free on your Odyssey app. As Shane Drowan pitches a quality start again, and the offense put up a snowman. A little shaky, a little testy, as you could say, toward the end there, with Yoho allowing a 3-run home run. But big 2-run doubles from both Christian Yelich and Garrett Mitchell. And Jackson Chury, it was nice to see him break out of what he's going through with that 2-run base hit to give the Brewers the lead. That was a big hit in that 6th inning. Okay, if you want to jump in here, Nicolay Law Talk and text line is 414-677-1250. Got a good 25 minutes or so, 25 minutes. So jump in here when you can. Like Mike did, he felt the need to give us a call here. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, I'm just driving back from the game. It was a nice game. I was sitting out right field sign, got a chance to talk with Dilly a little bit. You guys were talking about Yelich, and I think that when you look at him as, being a kind of a franchise player, I think that he's had a pattern of becoming really hot late in the season and having very high expectations for him going into the playoffs. And also the team kind of looking at him as the leader in the playoffs. And then he kind of flames out. And I think it's because he was thinking too much. If you watch him when he gets in a little bit of rut, he tends to press and he thinks. But I think this year it's going to be really interesting to see if he gets hot late in the season. And there are now other veteran players that can take that leadership role, and maybe he can just play ball. So that's how you kind of look at it.
I agree with you, Mike, and I'll let you respond here. I know the track record is what it is, and those numbers don't look good, but you might be right that it was maybe I need to carry these guys, and that's not the case. There's a on this team, he's not getting any younger, but there's a William Contreras that can come up. There's Jackson Churio. We have yet to, we did see a little bit of Bowers perform in the postseason as well. But Bryce Terang, it's up and down this lineup. I'm surprised this offense isn't better, and I'm not knocking them. They're a pretty good offense. But, you might be right on Yelly. Just chill out and play ball. Square up some baseballs.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great opportunity for him. I think we're going to see the team start to gel. I think like Garrett Mitchell being a leader out there, good attitudes, and you don't really have to have that senior veteran that organizes everybody and points them in the right direction. I think the team as a whole does that. Of course, Murph is a fantastic coach. And tomorrow you guys are talking to Dilly, I think, on the Monday report. Ask him about Gonzo. That's my nickname. To see what he says about me.
Yeah, I'll ask him. He's on with me at 2:20 on Mondays on Wisconsin Sports Daily, so I'll definitely do it. Hey, man, Princeton, Wisconsin, best flea market in the state on Saturday mornings in the summertime.
Yeah, lots of action out there. Well, you guys do a great job. Great talking to you out there. Go Brewers.
You betcha. Take care.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, no, he had a chance to talk to Dillard today at the game, Stevie, so mention Gonzo to him.
I will absolutely do that. Do you want to hear from our guy?
Well, which guy?
Your guy.
Oh, my guy, Murph. You know what? I let's just throw a curveball here. Read a couple of those text messages because some of them are really good. You guys, one of the impressive things about modern technology these days, especially doing radio shows, is that I know it can feel a little intimidating calling a show and you feel embarrassed. I can promise you one thing, and I've always promised this: I'm not going to get on you. I'm going to give you respect doing it, and I'm not going to call you an idiot or anything like that. Like other shows around the dial.
I would never do that.
No, you would. I said other shows around the dial.
That's all right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got you.
But you shouldn't feel embarrassed or anything. And if you do, fine, I get it. You're on stage and sometimes you glitch up or whatever. But there's always the text line, in which case you can get that off your chest. And on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line, 414-677-1250.
414. Wild Bill is the captain of this team.
I would agree. Well, that's tough. I think he's more of the field leader than really a clubhouse leader. And there might be a difference there. I mean, Christian, the one thing that I would just caution Christian Yelich on, when you get into the postseason, Yelly, there is no tomorrow. So when you say things like, you can have good games, you can have bad games. There's no more time for the bad games right now, Yelly.
Yeah.
When you get into the postseason, that's the only thing that I would recommend to Yelich. And who am I? Man, I'm nobody. He's been doing this a million years and has so much more over me. But when you say it's just baseball in the playoffs, I don't agree with that. Now, during the season, you can make that argument. Yes, you're going to get hot, you're going to get cold, whatever. That's fine. And I will accept that sort of stance and issue. But in the postseason, you don't get the next game. You don't get time to get out of this. It's now. This just baseball. No, we're going to go back at it again tomorrow. We got to come up with some clutch hits tomorrow. That's what I want to hear from Yelly in the postseason.
You know, I don't know. I mean, he's got a couple years left on his deal. So they're going to have some come to Jesus meeting if he doesn't figure out how to play at a higher level, this year. There has to be a conversation in the offseason of, look, dude, like if you come out and play like you did in 26 and 27, whenever that is, whenever the season starts,
right?
We're going to have to move you down farther in the lineup.
And that might help him. I made mention of this about a month ago, and that is, dude, things happen when you get humbled, professionally or personally, in life. When you get humbled, you get educated that way, it tends to maybe change your philosophy a little bit or relax you or motivate you, however you want to handle that. But he's got to know. He's got to know at his age that at some point your skills diminish. It just happens. It's no fault of his. It just happens. But I know there's more in it for him. All right, what else you got on that?
From the 262, Shoemake is our 2026 Andrew Vaughn.
Why? Because he hit a double today?
Hey, man, everybody's got their own opinion. Don't be knocking, guys. You just said you weren't going to get on, guys.
Just laughing about
715 just wanted to sing the praises of Drowan. He's unflappable.
He is he does have that sort of emotional control. I'll give him that, yes.
I got another one from the 262. Sitting in the backyard listening to two legends on a portable radio. These guys just don't quit. Add the fact that there was a lot of bad baseball being played by their opponents makes it a little easier. Today is a perfect example. Marlins ineptitude and Brewers pounce on mistakes. Larry from Wauwatosa.
Larry, good observation on the second part of that. The other part, yeah, fine. Thank you. But yeah, when there is a mistake, the Brewers typically do that. Marlins are on their heels right now. They're getting punched in the face right now. They did not want this. They did not expect this. Not at all. They expected to come in here and say, "Hey, man, we're in this thing in the NL as well." Did you realize, though, by the way, the Brewers are this close to having the best record in the National League again?
Yeah.
Look at the Dodgers record.
Right. But again,
this close.
Last year we were like, oh, we got the best record in the National League. And then what did it actually do at the end? When it counted, the Dodgers got healthy, and that was the end of it.
Got them the 1 seed and a home field.
You're right.
That second round.
That's true. 62 and 36 for the Dodgers, 61 and 37.
Look at that.
For the Milwaukee Brewers. Are the
amazing.
Dodgers, have they played yet? Or
I think they play tonight.
Yes, they played tonight. That game's postponed against the Yankees.
Okay.
So makeup date tomorrow. So they must be playing a doubleheader tomorrow in New York against the Yankees.
Best record. Get that 1 seed. I'm telling you, get the 1 seed. The same thing I said last year at this time. Get that 1 seed. You've got a lot to play for here. Don't put anything into cruise control. Go at it. Get that sweep tomorrow. Get those 3 games back from Pittsburgh, and then move on.
No doubt. We already got the fan in Madison. They're a part of the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Ricky in Madison says, hey, don't forget about Brooks Kieschnick. He could handle a bat as a pitcher.
Ooh, that's true.
And he played the field too, though. So he was he was Ohtani before Ohtani, Tim.
Okay, well, didn't Glendon Rush swing at DC
Yeah, he did.
bat?
Yeah, he did. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, it'd be a fun poll.
I was going to say Capuano, but no, I got him confused with Glendon Rush. Now, Glendon Rush lost 1 million games in a row. Remember that. He was headed toward a 20-game losing season for a minute there.
He sure was.
But I thought I remember him. There was a really close game. Remember that bunt? No one's going to remember this. He bunted it right over the pitcher's head for a really clutch base hit. I don't know. Just saying.
Owen on the south side. It was a perfect time to test out McCullers there in the 9th inning, especially with Yoho not having the 2-inning track record, says Owen on the south side.
Good point. And there's still Bryce Wilson, guys. So this pitching is still kind of moving parts here. I think, Chad Patrick is involved in this. Not moving him back to the rotation. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying keep him a 1-inning reliever and see what happens. Until further notice, keep him a 1-inning reliever. I don't even care if it's a right-hander coming up the following inning and you want him to get 4 outs. Don't do it. Start getting into the pattern of 1-inning guys, just like last night. Look at last night's game. Patrick, 1 inning. Ashby, 1 inning. Uribe, 1 inning. McGill, 1 inning. That shortens up these games. That's huge. All right. Speaking of McGill, why don't we hear from McGill, and then we're going to hear from Pat Murphy, unless you want to read some more of these things.
Yeah, we haven't even got to the YouTube chat messages either. So we can play a little Trevor McGill, and then we'll get to the YouTube chat messages. That's completely fine. All right, here's Trevor McGill.
All righty. Who wants the first one here?
Trevor, you guys, there's some tough news earlier. Sal lands on the IL, Woody with surgery, and you guys keep kind of plowing forward. What's impressed you about the group absorbing so much of that stuff this year?
I mean, next man up. It's just kind of been the same thing since I've been here. Somebody goes down, somebody picks that person up. Sal's been going through it for a little bit now, so kind of not too shocked. But, need him to get healthy for September, October, and, it's what he plans to do. And, it's just the mentality here.
Trevor, what's your mindset when you got to crank it up as fast as you did today?
I mean, you're never really off the hook down there. So everything was ready to fire off, throwing heavy balls in the wall, you name it. I think I got 9 or 10 pitches down there. That's plenty for me.
We were talking about Drowan in there and how he seems to be finding a rhythm as a starter.
Yeah.
He's down there kind of near wing of the clubhouse. What's impressed you about him this season?
I think his last 2 outings, he's given up 2 or 3 kind of in those first 2 frames and has gone six innings. I think that's kind of being able to just put a stop there and keep the team in and give us a chance. And we've pulled through for him a lot. So probably say that and just he throws a lot of strikes. He's got great composure out there too. So yeah, tip the cap to that guy.
Trevor, what's your
the way Garrett has been contributing on offense here?
Fantastic, right? That's kind of what the club envisioned when they drafted him in the first round. He's put a lot of work and energy into being healthy and out there as much as he can, and I think we're all seeing that as a city right now.
Trevor McGill is on a roll, folks. I think he's flying under the radar. He clearly, and I know that a lot of people expect or did expect Abner Uribe to be the closer. I might have been one of them at one point earlier this year. Man, has he put things together again?
Yeah, he has.
Had he had another week and a half, 2 weeks, he probably would have made a hard case for an all-star. And he already made a little bit of a case to be an all-star. He's been outstanding.
Yes,
that's why they're winning at the clip they're winning. Locking in. I don't think he's been scored upon in
it's been a minute. Here, let me bring up
13. I want to say 13, 14
games in a row.
Yeah, it's got to be even more than that.
He's definitely been rolling. Let's see here. Trevor McGill on the year, 2.84 ERA, 15 saves. which is obviously really good. The last time he was scored upon 2 runs June 5th at the Rockies in a 9-7 win in extra innings.
Yeah.
So let's see. That's 2, that's 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 13, 14 plus today, 15.
Yeah. So I was right
Yeah,
there.
right there like always.
That's crazy. But yeah, McGill's been a big part of this. Okay, let's hear from manager Pat Murphy. He's going to give you an update on Bryce Terang. He may miss a little more time. It doesn't look like an IL stint, but still kind of hobbling around. Let's check out Pat Murphy after this one.
All right. What do we got? Anybody? Good question. Nice. Really good. Drohan was fantastic. That should be your first comment, right? Drohan. Outstanding. McGill, not easy to come in when you think you're not pitching and then all of a sudden you're pitching. So that's part of his deal. Yeah. Some great, Yelly had 3 great ones. Churio had 3 good ones. Mitchell, of course, continued. Lara contributed, battled. Shoemake, how about that? Nice contribution. First time of the year, 3 good at bats. Ortiz continues to play defense, whatever. Uribe, yeah, good, solid overall.
Your clubs absorb some tough stuff. Like today, the morning was a little tough. Salva, injured list, Woodruff, Terang scratch. Is this one of the more resilient?
Yeah, I like the way they played. Down 3-0 to a pitcher that's 9-1 with a 2-4. Okay. That's tough going, maybe. You know what I mean? They got the pitch count up and got him out of there, and little by little, and stole a bunch of bases, and put pressure on them, and got to their pen, and it wasn't pretty. You know, we had a lot of opportunities and really didn't cash in. Yelly's double and Churio's single were the times, and Mitchell's double. Those are 3 times we cashed in. Other than that, it was kind of grim with runners in scoring position.
What did you like about what Shoemaker gave you today and the at-bats?
Yeah, I mean, he looked comfortable. You know, went up there like he's done it before, and big sac fly with 2 strikes, leadoff double, infield hit. I guess they scored that a hit, but ran the base as well, played defense, stole a bag. Yeah. Been a while since we stole 7 bags in a game, right? So that's kind of back to our roots, what we like to do. Stole third at least 2 times, right? But Drohan, he got better. He didn't get discouraged. He got better. He had 10 punch or something like that. 9 punch? I thought it was 10.
But do you think, he's starting to get you through 6
Yeah.
kind of consistently? Do you feel like he's finding, as a starter, like a little rhythm?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's just a great competitor. You know, he's a great competitor. He cares. He's a teammate. Guys love him. I mean, guys just to the man. They trust him and they love him. Just how he goes about his world. You know, it's pretty special. And we said this in spring training. Like, who is this kid? He's never pitched in the big leagues. Like, just how he handled himself in spring training, how he went about his business. You're like, wow. Go ahead, Todd. You tried to interrupt again. It's like,
you like stop and then starting. It's hard to judge when you're stop.
yeah. Just like hitting, you can't get out in front too much. Stay behind it.
I was just going to ask about Terang.
Thus, your career.
Yeah, exactly. Is Terang going to be like a one-day thing, do you think?
Don't know. He's still limping around pretty good. Hopefully it's not anything more. X-rays were negative, but it could be. Yeah, that would be bad. But Sal down, him down. Yeah, that's a lot to absorb if you're trying to maintain the level we're trying to maintain. So.
When you're going up
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's usually really good late in the count. You know what I mean? Late in the count, he's spin below, and it's hard to lay off. It's good spin. It's that kind of get it in there. The type of right-handed spin to left-handers, it looks like it goes the other way. You know what I mean? It's that outer rail kind of downer spin, and then late in the count, it's that back foot. It's really good. And then the heater you got to honor because it's up to 97, 98. So, I mean, the guy's been dominant. Look at his outings. We caught him on the right day.
If I'm going to Yoho for a second inning back-to-back, is that at all a tough call, or is that one you want to see if you can push it?
Yeah, you want to preserve somebody that hasn't pitched yet. You know Yoho's down tomorrow anyways, right? Regardless. One inning today, 8 pitches. You know what I mean? And he's going good. And he's not pitching tomorrow anyways, so why use another guy? You know? You want to preserve at these times with all these games in a row. You want to preserve as many bodies as you can. So we ask him, hey, you okay? He goes, I'm fine. You know, so 8 pitches, go back out, 2 strike hit by pitch, walk, 4-pitch walk, can't find the zone. Ooh, homer, all of a sudden, oof, you realize how precious it is. Looks bad when it turns out that way, but that's the way it goes.
So you get a big game from Jerome today. Logan grinded last night. Got Gasser tomorrow. Stroke coming up. Guys who were expected to contribute, but maybe not all of them contributed this much up to this point. What does it say about these young guys that they've been able to come in and do this with guys like Woody and Quinn?
Yeah, I think, I mean, what happens is you set a standard and expectation, and that standard and expectation is really high, and it's about winning baseball, and it's about staying with it. It's about bouncing back. And with that, you know, guys step up, and that's been happening, you know, and they know they're going to get their opportunity, and they step up. So we hope that continues. This Marlins team is very, very good, as we know. That's why they're in the position they're in. Are they in the wild card as of yesterday?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a team that's legit. And when you got Sandy and this kid and the guy tomorrow going out there for you in the front end, it's good. You know.
Mark, is part of Mitchell's recent hot streak just him being afforded kind of the opportunity to get comfortable in a season, and he hasn't had that opportunity before because of injuries?
Yeah. I don't know that the word would be comfortable, you know, confident, you know, feeling safe, feeling wanted. Yeah. Hopefully this vaults him into a lot more, you know. Yellie's big hit, Churio's big hit. Did I mention those? Yeah. Got to get those guys going. Joey Ortiz continues to do what he does on defense and on base twice today.
There he is. Pat Murphy, got to get those guys going, and that Yelich was included there. Surprisingly, no credit William in this one? Huh.
He just
I didn't
forgot.
hear it.
He's getting older. He just forgot. Happens to me all the time. I forget my kid's name, so it's all right.
Credit William not found in that Pat Murphy presser. Yeah, the Bryce Terang thing. That yeah. Now, I will say this before we get to some of the YouTube comments. The single biggest storyline of this 26 championship season to date is what? I think it's a slam dunk, and they touched on it there in the presser. It's the young pitchers.
Yeah.
Doing what they're doing. Nothing even rivals that in terms of the biggest story.
How many other teams could pull off what they're pulling off with this pitching staff right now?
It's crazy how they're doing this with Drowens and Gassers
Yeah.
and Sproats and Hendersons and injuries. And it's been, and even Kyle Harrison is not the most veteran guy on the planet either. He's had basically one full season as a starter. So I would classify him, and certainly his age would put him in the category of young, but that is the single biggest storyline if that continues, man, and I don't see any other way why it wouldn't, that's crazy good for this organization. Just really, really good. All right, what do you have on YouTube?
I got a bunch of YouTube dugout chat messages right now from Alan, who says Yoho seemed tired after pitching yesterday, and then they're in the 8th.
Well, like Murph just said, 8 pitches in that 8th inning, and I agreed with him. Just take it off the sheet and be done with it. And you got a 5-run lead. You would assume that you could protect that, but as Murph said, it happened.
Another one from Dasney, I think is how you say the name. Remember, kids, at 61-37, we have to go 16-7 to get where we were last year at 77-44.
Great point. 77-44.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 16-7 mark. You do have 6 games coming up after tomorrow against the Mets and Rockies. And last check, neither one of those teams very good.
No, neither one of those teams are very good. Another one here that made me laugh from Jason, who says, what are Jake Bauer's stats since Tommy Wirtz left? He's hitless.
Oh, no.
He's hitless since
Is
Tommy
he?
left. Yeah. Because Tommy left during the All-Star break, essentially All-Star break week. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, I gotta text him.
Yeah, I don't think he has it. In fact, actually, technically, his last day was the Friday before the All-Star break started. So we'd have to go back to that.
And that wasn't that a rain out?
That's Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, the 11th, was a doubleheader because it got rained out Friday night. It was supposed to be your last show with him.
Right.
So it got rained out. So let's see. So since then, he's had 5, 8, 11. And then how many at-bats did he have today? 11, and he had 5 at-bats today, so 16. So he is 2 for 16 since his last day.
I was going to say, he did not have a hit in the Pittsburgh series?
He had 2 hits. He was 2 for 8 in the Pittsburgh series.
All right, so 2 for 16 since Tommy.
0 for 8 since the All-Star break.
Okay, say hello to Andrew Vaughn. By the way, another game went by without Vaughn on the field. Keeping track.
Again, we talked about this yesterday on Wisconsin Sports Daily too. Do you think they trade him? I mean, if you're not going to play him, do you think they would trade him to a team looking for a DH or potentially a first baseman? I don't know who that team is. I'm just throwing it out there.
From what Murphy says, he's susceptible against right-handers, certain right-handers with sinker slider, certain types of pitches.
So how does he prove that he can hit it?
I think he's pretty valuable. I think there's a hot streak in there. And plus, you got injuries just starting to stack up.
Yeah.
Frelick, this could provide, I know a lot of people are pointing at Luis Lara to get a bunch more playing time, and he will get more playing time. This does open the door for Vaughn some additional playing time because Bowers is going to take Frelick's spot occasionally.
Another one here from Nathan, who says, should the Brewers trade for Yordan Alvarez and just cut Christian Yelich?
Well, I don't believe in cutting Christian Yelich.
Well, first of all, let's talk about a couple different things here. One, Alvarez, I believe, is making a bunch of money, and Yelich is still making $23-24 million. I don't see the owner of this team deciding to just pay out Yelich almost $50 million to go away. There's just no chance that Mark's doing that. Now, could you put him in a trade? Maybe, but at this point, based on what he's doing right now, I find it hard to believe.
And you may have to send some money with.
Potentially, yeah.
If you were to ever do that.
I got another one here. I'm not sure how you say this one. N. Malug, 1990 on the Dugout YouTube chat. Greinke might have been the best hitting pitcher for the Brewers.
Yeah, him too.
Yes.
That is a good one.
That is a really good one.
When you're not slamming your helmet down and getting ejected in the first inning.
And here's another one. This one comes from Fan Milwaukee Facebook page from Tyler. Do you really believe the Brewers are in on trading for Freddie Peralta, according to Hector Gomez? That happened last night. I was up to like 2 a.m. doing stuff. And about 1 o'clock or so, Hector Gomez tweets it out or puts it on X. I was like, this sucks. Tim is sleeping. All my friends that I would talk to this about are sleeping. Nobody is awake for me to talk to. I don't know. Hector Gomez said that they're the front runners. The Braves also have interest. Hector Gomez, of course, of ESPN for a long time, still connected around Major League Baseball. But you and I were talking about this earlier off the air. Okay, so he's got what, a 5+ ERA or whatever it is right now. You could have Jet Williams back. There you go. Enjoy Jet.
I'd do that.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Now, will it work out? I would take that risk. I would take that risk with a homecoming of Freddie Peralta, and some would consider just reversing the deal. Give him Sproat and Williams back and be done with it, and there's your rental.
No,
that's a big gamble. It is. I'm a Brandon Sproat guy.
He's got a 4.66 ERA right now. He's 5-8 in 20 games so far this season for Peralta.
And I would take it. It always comes down to cost, doesn't it? Comes down to what Stearns is going to accept to send Peralta back here. But I think that'd be great. Wouldn't that be a great story?
I'm trying to. And I don't know even how you would look this up, but has this ever happened before where you trade a player in the offseason to another team? And I'm not just saying Brewers. I'm just saying in general. You trade a player to a team, and then halfway through that season, they trade them back to you. Like, would that be like a league-wide investigation of what the hell is going on between the Brewers and the Mets?
Maybe. And then I'll go you one further. And then during the offseason, Freddie re-signs with the Mets.
Yes. That would be
a long-term deal.
That would be even nuts. He's only making $8 million. So what would you have to pay him for the rest of the year? Like $3 million, maybe?
Somewhere in there, yeah. If you prorate it
every day of the week,
you could do. I think he'd pitch better in a better situation. You'd have to believe anybody would be. These guys are just losing at a clip, and you still got to play the games. And I understand the Mets are coming into town, but
if you're Peralta, don't you?
Pitch better.
If you're Freddie Peralta, let's just be honest with ourselves, right? Don't you go to David Stearns and go, "Hey, man, look, I know you're going to blow us up, right? We're horrible. I know you're going to trade us off. I know I'm one of the guys that could get traded off.
Get me back to Milwaukee."
Yes, I think he absolutely says that. I don't think there's a question in my mind. Like, David, I'm going into a free agent year. I need to get fixed. I know Hookie can fix me. Can you please do me a solid and send me back? Now, whether or not that gets done, I don't know.
Brock Wilken?
Sure.
I think I would too.
Yeah, I'd do it.
That's the type of prospect I think maybe Stearns might be interested in.
Because you have better players than Brock Wilken right now coming.
You do.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would absolutely do it. Yeah, no question.
Interesting. I would love that story. That'd be a great story. Watch Freddie just ball out. He comes back to the Brewers.
Yeah, but again, then he goes to the postseason. He throws 5 innings, and then you have to go to your bullpen because his pitch counts at like 99 or 100 after 5.
Hey,
5-inning Freddie.
If he keeps you in the game, the Brewers are going to get a slam dunk reliever. So if he can keep you in the game through the 5-inning Freddie, I'll take it in the postseason. I will.
Yeah,
just stay in the game.
This is from Joshua on YouTube, just coming in. Peralta pitches against us on Monday. I believe it's against Sproat, right? Let's beat him and then get him back to us the next day. What the hell with that? Trade for him that morning and let him pitch for us on Monday against the Mets. If we're going to do this, I want Hook to fix him in the afternoon and send him out there to throw 5 or 6 shutout innings against his former team. Yes.
Gosh,
let's do that.
Incredible.
Yes.
Man.
Let's do that. I'm all about that for sure.
Oh, Freddie's return. And then I'll be losing my mind when he throws a 28 pitch, no run inning in the first. Just first inning, Freddie. He'll strike again.
Yes.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. You guys, thanks for hanging out. It's a Brewers 8-6 victory, and they're going to go back at it. They're looking at the sweep tomorrow with a victory. Coming out of the All-Star break, Robert Gasser on the hill for the Crew.
Better be better than the last time.
Yeah, that's true. But the time before that, 7 2/3. So, yeah, hopefully he'll be on his good performance.
And good news, I'm off tomorrow. Aaron Morse is in tomorrow. So all y'all want to call in and not get cut off by me. Tomorrow's your day. Celebrate.
No Sparky tomorrow.
I'm back Monday though.
Leadoff show gets you ready prior to the game. After the game, Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show. will be on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, free on the Odyssey app and on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. And Smile Wisconsin, Bob Uecker is smiling back.